All right, folks, got something a little different for you again. Kind of throwing you a curveball. I just got back from vacation for a few days, and I stopped at an antique store, and we found a box of cards. We got some 1986 tops. We paid $1.50 for the pack. Right there says there's 75 cards in there. We got some 1989 tops, 75 cards there. Also paid $1.50. Got the stack in there. And right here we got some 1990 tops. Paid $1.50 for that too, 75 cards. I thought, hey, is there going to be anything in here? I don't know. Let's play a little trash or treasure. We got some hits that we're looking for in the 86. We got Jose Canseco, Barry Bonds, Will Clark. We got some hits for the 89, Randy Johnson, Craig Biggio, Ken Griffey Jr., and the 1990 Frank Thomas, Nolan Ryan, and Sammy Sosa. So, are we actually going to see any of those cards? I don't know. But let's see what we got. Because, hey, it's fun to go antiquing. It's fun to see what kind of things you can find that other people have scavenged or scrounged. And let me see. Oh, it's not that easy to get into this pack. And guess what? I don't really care about the pack. So I care more about the cards. All right, let's go ahead. Let's just cut that side right there because we don't care. There we go. That's a lot easier. Now let's take these cards out. That worked a lot better. All right, here we go. We got Ron. We got Ken. We got Reed Nichols. We got Terry Whitfield. Red Sox leaders. Keith Atherton. Kent. Dickey. We got a checklist. I do enjoy checklists just because I think they're fun to see all the names on them. We're going to put that up there. We got Terry Foster, another Keith Atherton, Cliff Johnson, Reds leaders, John Russell, Alvin Davis, Rick Honeycutt. We got Dick Ruthven, Bill Dorn. We're looking for Jose, Barry, and Will. We got a Bill, Dick Schofield. Julio Franco, Pete O'Brien, Bill, another Pete O'Brien, Darryl Thomas, Rick Camp, Chapman, Frankie Viola, Minnesota Twins sighting. We're going to put him up there. That card is really off-centered. Charlie Moore, we got Wayne, another Charlie Moore, Mac Davis, Tim Laudner, another Minnesota Twin. All right, he's taking the stage. We got Raleigh Fingers, Greg Gagne. All right, Greg. We got a full set of Twins on the stage right now. Scott, Jerry Reed, George, Bob, Carney, Charlie, Mike Davis, Daryl, Jim Rice, Don Sutton, Alvin, Fred Lynn, Mike Steinhaus, Juan Berenguer, who ended up being a Minnesota Twin, Manny Lee, John Franco, Julio Cruz, Manny Lee, Ray Knight, Floyd Bannister, Chris Welsh, Billy Hatcher, Phil Garner, Dale Boston, Chuck Tanner. Is that our fourth Keith Atherton? Ho ho. And George Hendrick. All right. So no Jose Canseco, no Barry Bonds, no Will Clark. But it is fun seeing the old Minnesota Twins. Mr. Gagne, shortstop, Frankie V, and Tim Laudner. They all won a World Series for the Minnesota Twins. I think maybe all three were on the second World Series team as well. 91 and 87? I'd have to double check. All right, here we go. We got our 1989. We're looking for a Randy Johnson, Greg Biggio, and a Ken Griffey Jr. We start off with a Mike Dunn. We got a Nelson, Dave, Tracy Jones, Will, Jeff, Marty Barrett. We got a draft pick, Ty Griffin. Hello, sir. How you doing? We got a Teddy, a Todd, a Terry, a Cal, Eddie Murray. Nice to see you, sir. Dale, Danny, Mike, John, Ken, Pena, Bob, Harvey, Bob Horner, Gary, Roberto Kelly. Nice looking card there. Chad, Jim, Andre, Pete, Billy Hatcher, Mark Grant, Mr. Ruff, Dennis Rasmussen, Dave, We got a record breaker, Cub right there. Dawson logs double figures in home runs and stolen bases. Andre Dawson was awesome back in the day. Dalton, Jeff, Steve, Ken. There's an all-star Gary Carter. Still haven't seen a Randy Johnson, Greg Biggio, and Ken Griffey Jr. There's a Billy Ripken. Scott, Bo, Juan Berenguer. There we go. Juan Berenguer in his Twins uniform in 1989, sorry. Ruben Sierra, Ricky Henderson, Jeff, Kevin, Steve, Matt, Jack, Ken, Tommy, Bob, Jeff, Ken, Pat, Willie Rudolph, BJ Surhoff, Alan Trammell. We got a Kirby Puckett All-Star. Minnesota Twins right there. All right, Greg, you're taking a back seat. Kirby's taking the stage. We got Pete, Carlton, Ron, Luis, Jack, and Don. All right. So, was I expecting to get one of those big 3 cards that we were looking for? No. But hey, it's worth a shot. You never know. Sometimes you can hit the jackpot. So far, we got pretty much trash and no treasures. We got one more to go. We got our 1990 pack. We're looking for Frank Thomas, Nolan Ryan, and a Sammy Sosa. Let's see if one of the $1.50 packs that we got at the antique store actually has something decent in it. We got Fernando, Jose, Kurt, Ron, Dave LaPointe, Randy, Roberto Kelly again, Kurt, Edgar, Ricky, Jeff, Steve, Brooke, Rob Dibble, Lloyd, Walt Weiss, Jack, Bruce, Mike, Cito, Bob, George, Rick, Domingo, Dennis, Rick, Sean, Frank, Tannen, Gus, Donald Harris. We got a Don, a Carlos, a Pat, a Dave, a Chris, Tom. We still have not seen a Frank, a Nolan, or a Sammy. Come on, where is one? Let's find one. Give us one. We got a Ted, a John, an Al, a Bob, a Joe, Joe Hesketh, Mike, Wes, Randy. There's a Minnesota Twin, Mark Guthrie. How you doing, Mark? We'll put you up on the stage. We got Russ. We got Joe, Adam, Jose, Dave Clark. Right there for the Indians. Herm, Alex, Kent Anderson, Jose Lind, Alan Anderson. Another pitcher. We'll put him in front of Frankie V right there. Chuck Finley, Devin, Junior Ortiz, which ended up being a Minnesota Twin. John, Daryl, Bruce, Ruben Sierra. Nice to see you, sir. Rick, Richard, and we end up with Don Powell. So, did we get any of the ones we were looking for? From 86, 89, 90? No, we did not. But we did get a whole bunch of Minnesota Twins, and for me, that's good enough. We got a Kirby Puckett. We got a Greg Gagne. We got a checklist, which I enjoy. We got an Alan Anderson. We got a Frankie V. Really off-centered. You can really see that. We got a Mark Guthrie and a Tim Laudner. My favorite and best card out of the 3 packs right there is your all-star Kirby Puckett, one of the best baseball players of all time and ever played the game, at least for the Minnesota Twins, in my opinion. Number 34 right there, all-star Kirby Puckett. He had 234 hits in 1988, or most by a right-handed batter in either league since 1937. Boy, could he hit the ball. And he could hit home runs too, people. High batting average and home runs, and played a heck of an outfield. All right. Once again, folks, please subscribe if you haven't. And I appreciate your time. We will see you until the next one.